Wu-Sabat Yasar. My name is Sanan Ptah, a student teacher of the master teacher, His Excellency, Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, Panabab Yananan, Baba Yanun. This shadow, we will begin with the reading in regards to the truth behind what a Kafirun really is. And it begins, Al-Kafirun, Suratu Al-Kafiruna, chapter of the pagans. The root word kafara is not in no way unbeliever or disbeliever. The root word kafara means to cover over, conceal, as a farmer plants seeds. These people did not live in the big cities like Becca, called Mecca, and lived outside. They did not accept the ways of city life or what they accepted. They kept to the old, simple ways of nature. So they became known as the pagans. And this is who this chapter, which was originally the 18th chapter, now found as the 109th chapter. And it reads, Kul ya ayuha al-kafiruna. One, kul, one to a male, single order. Ya ayuha, O which it is. Al-kafiruna, the pagans, outsiders, farmers. La abudu na tabuduna. La, not. Abudu, I serve or slave. Ma, what? Tabuduna, you all are serving. Wala antum abiduna na abudu, and not you all servants what I serve or slave. Wala ana abidun ma abatum, and not am I one serving what you all served. Wala antum abiduna ma abudu, and not you all serving what I serve. Lakum dinukum waliya, for you all's own decision, and for me, my own decision. That's verses 1 through 6. Note also the word deen is not religion at all. It's from Hebrew, din, or din, deen. Genesis chapter 3, verse 7. To strive, to judge, which came from Dan, Dun, from the Chaldean or Babylonian. Read Job chapter 19, verse 29, judgment. And even in the Quran, Fatiha 1, verse 4. Well, as you can see, these teachers of Al-Islam today have changed the true meaning of their book. This chapter is only speaking to the pagans and their own traditional belief systems outside of Mecca, who did not wish to join the new city trend, now called Al-Islam. Well, also the word kafara is from Hebrew. You find it in their Bible before the Quran as Kapara. Many times the letter P replaces the letter F, such as the PH sound, it sounds like an F, like in phone. So in Hebrew, Kapara is the very same word as the Arabic Kafara, and in fact means to cover. It's also used to mean atonement, as in the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. It also came from Chaldean or Babylonian. Now the next word also used in this chapter is abada, which means serve or served as a slave, and is misused for worship in al-Islam. Al-Abd, a male slave. Abdullah, slave of the God Allah. However, it also came from the Hebrew, which is abd, servant, bondman. It also came from Chaldean, that is Babylonian. So, as you can clearly see, most of the Arabic words used in the religion of al-Islam, the peaceful way, are in fact from the Hebrew, from Chaldean. Even the very word salama is from Hebrew, shalama, and has the same meaning. The point is that al-Islam is no more than a Judaic Christian new sect using the same names, words, but have changed their meanings until one really looks into the roots of words, then looks into other languages and religions from that same place, Middle East. They all are the same and came from Egyptian culture. And then people like Remus, who was a priest or Wab under Akhenaten, or as they call them, Remus, which became Moses, Musa, Moshe. And Wab, Egyptian for priest, became Rab or Rabbi. And Akhenaten was Akhenaten or Ahmun-hotep IV of the 18th dynasty, the new kingdom, Egypt. And his deity, Atan, became to the Hebrews Adon. And Aton-Re became Adonai. Now, last point. Even the very word Al-Quran, the reading, comes from Hebrew. The Arabic root is qara, read, from the Hebrew kara, read, cry, call. You will find it in their book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. So it's time for us Africans, ancient Egyptians, to wake up and give them of Asia's Middle East back their religions of a man they call Ibrahim of Ur of Chaldea, who was in fact Teti of the 6th dynasty in Egypt, son of Unas of the 5th dynasty, Terah. And this Abraham or Teti was the husband of 3 females, Ipwet, Sarah, Merire, Achnes, Hagar or Hajar, Chuit, Keturah. So it all came from us. They just replaced names, places, dates, and we must return to our own way of life. Wu-Nuwaup. Truth is truth. And that concludes that reading in reference to the true meaning behind Kafirun. Any rereads on that before we move on? All right. This reading begins with Atum Re. Self-sufficient is what it means. Also, totality. It also means the undifferentiated. Atum Re. Self-sufficient, totality, the undifferentiated. It's the 68th attribute as Samad, the eternal one, the independent, the self-sufficient one. And note, the 68th chapter of their Quran today was originally the second. And now note the first verse of 68, verse 1. Nun. Nun. They claim they don't know its meaning. In ancient Egypt, it's Nun, or depicted as the three new bowls. Three new bowls, which represent triple darkness in the womb, out of which Atum or Tum Ptah was born, and who alone created the cosmos out of himself as Al-Mukhlus, the pure seed, pure one. And if you look at what's now the 112th chapter of their Quran, which was originally the 22nd, called now also Al-Ikhlas, the pure, you will see this chapter is about Atum, Patatum, Tum. The second verse is so clear. Second verse, Allahu as-Samadu. Allahu, power, belongs to who? As-Samadu, power of being self-sufficient. They will translate this verse many ways in their many mistranslations, such as the God, he is the self-sufficient one, the needless one, who all creatures need. It goes on to state, he had no physical father or mother, and he did not birth any human beings because of genes not being equal to his genes or DNA. He is Ahadu, unique, alone. The 67th attribute, Al-Ahad, the only, the unique. Most don't see the games being played on them by the Indo-Arabs who understand Arabic, while their Negroid converts don't know the roots of Arabic in Hebrew to Chaldean on back. So the Arabic is Alif Lam, Al. Yet Ayin Lam is also Al or Al. It's a hard, the other is a soft. So in fact, the letter Alif can be A or E or an I, as in Adam, spelled with an A, while in Ibrahim, you see the I. Instead of Abraham, you see Ibrahim with an I. It's an I or E, just like the Hebrew letter for A, Aleph, E, from the Chaldean Aleph. The point being, once the Indo-Indians and Persians converted and took over Muhammad's new religion, they created the grammar system, added the vowels, which gave their own meanings to words. Look at this letter. I would have to draw it this way. And out of it, this letter. Who knows what that letter is? Anybody know what letter that is? I wish I had a board. This is clear. It'll get clear. Now, that letter originally had no dots. So, it could be jim, gim, it could be heh, it could be kh, when you add the dots. So they put the dots. Muhammad never saw the dots or vowels or verses that the Persians of Urdu, that script, his Quran. Let me read that portion again. They put the dots. Muhammad never saw the dots or vowels or the verse, the Persian Urdu script. His Quran is in right now, or how they changed it from an Egyptian Gnostic book as taught to him by Gnostics in Arabia's Medina, Yathrib, and by his last wife, Mary of Copt, or Mary the Coptic, or Gnostic, and his first wife's uncle, Bukhara, who was Gnostics. Islam is no more than a Gnostic sect of Egyptian Christians. So say who. Look up who, which became Huhi, onto Ihu, onto Yahweh, onto Jehovah, onto Yahuwah, onto Jehovah, Lord. In Arabic, Arab, master, controller, sustainer, who is Allahu. Allahu is from Hebrew, concordance number 410, El, from Chaldean number 412, which means these. Now these all came from Hebrew Strong's number 352, Ayil, from Hebrew Strong's number 193, Ul, which means powerful, mighty, strength. So in fact, the Arabic Al-Ilah became the Farsi, Persian, and Urdu, Allah, both from the Hebrew, powerful. Once taken apart, you see Al-Lahu. Power is who. If you look in a book called A Comprehensive Dictionary of Gods by Ains Baumgartner, by Ann S. Baumgartner, on page 85, you will read, who? Egypt, the force of creative will. And in the book of Routledge, Dictionary of Egyptian Gods and Goddesses by George Hart, second edition, page 96, under who, a part of three, Hu, Sia, Hika, same as the Muslim, Bismi, Allahu, Allahu, Ar-Rahman equals Sia, Ar-Rahim equals Hika. 3 stages in the womb. And you see it all comes from ancient Egypt, Wu-Nuwaup, Napata. Now, look at the first verse of their chapter 112 of their Quran. It states, Kul hu Allahu ahad. Without the added vowels by Indians and Persians, you read what was really said to Ahmed. They even changed his name. You have Ahad, unique. Allah is powerful as He is. Hu is creative force of will. Hu is order to one, male, to say. If only these mortals knew the facts or actual facts. If only these mortals knew the facts or actual facts. And that concludes that reading. Are there any rereads? And this reading was dealing strictly with Atum and how it was plagiarized by different religions and how they took it from its original language and grafted it into their own. But we all see how it all comes from ancient Ptah, Maya, Re, ancient Egypt. It all comes from us. And it's very important that we save our people that are still trapped in those isms. Especially now, we're blessed to have so much Outformation before us, where it makes it easier for us to relay the real good news to our brothers and sisters that's still under that trap of isms, of religions, whether they be Muslims, Christians, Jews, etc. We've been given the tools. We've been through those schools. We've been groomed by the one sent amongst us, the greatest blessing in the world. So it's on us. We have to do what we've been groomed to do. And we have the tools. We have to use them. So much at our hands. We just have to emit, which is time spelled backwards. All we have to do is emit. That's it. That's our job. That's what we got to do. Any questions before we conclude? Just to relay, I'm not sure if everyone was aware, there was a short legal update, because if most don't know, there was a legal hearing in Colorado. Everybody's familiar with that, right? In Colorado on Monday. There was, let me see if I could find it. Just in case some didn't hear about it, I just want to make sure we're all up to speed on that. It's a short, it was, let's see, what day was this? Mario Jessup, he posted this on Facebook. He said, Rahubat Yassar Baba Yananin's hearing is scheduled for Monday in his medical transfer. Then later on, he wrote, today's hearing, which was that Monday? I believe, yeah. Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday. I know it's at 1:30 Colorado time, which is 3:30 our time, right? So today's hearing was only based on a motion filed of a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order, right? This hearing in Colorado. TRO, temporary restraining order on the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, to stop them from any upcoming medication that the BOP, Bureau of Prisons, might try to give Baba for what the Bureau of Prisons is claiming Baba is suffering from an undiagnosed condition. So today in court, the BOP, Bureau of Prisons, stated no unwarranted medication is or has been given to Baba at this time. So the TRO, or temporary restraining order, was denied based on that. Baba's Liberian paperwork was placed on record with the Bureau of Prisons in court today, showing that Baba is a Liberian citizen and diplomat. Today was a good day. Let's keep the fight going and power of energy flowing. So that should be clear. So that TRO, temporary restraining order, was denied. However, they managed to get in Baba's paperwork in regards to his Liberian status being a citizen and diplomat. They managed to present that and get it on. And I think there was one more here. He said, there was another portion. He said, the Liberia connection to the medical transfer case is that we are in court with the federal government, who has claimed Baba is not a Liberian citizen, not a diplomat, doesn't have case in Supreme Court in Liberia, and have no evidence to show others. So we were able to get Baba's Liberian documents directly in the hands of the federal government, who has the ability and now obligation to contact immigration, to contact Liberia, to check out all his documents, which can lead to his freedom. And we will be sending the U.S. government more documents, Ghanaian birth certificate, et cetera, that the U.S. will have to address. Even now, we can file a direct complaint against the U.S. for not doing anything when Baba told the arresting officer and showed the officer his diplomat card. And the officer took it and placed it in his top shirt pocket and said, "You won't be needing that," which puts all the agents liable. The land, Tamare, was a post. His house in Athens, a post. All nation flags on grounds, security on 476 acres of land. And now Charles Taylor, who was president of Liberia and who assigned Baba in 1999 near Atlanta, Georgia. And now Taylor's ex-wife is now the vice president of Liberia. There is so much in our favor. Our Masonic Lodge has made direct contact with their Grand Lodge. We have to totally stay united and see the path and vision being laid out for us. Our Masonic Order has made direct contact with their Grand Lodge. We have to totally stay united and see the path and vision being laid out for us to follow Pat, Natharu, and Baba Yananin with divine love. Stay up on what is happening with the Liberia legal fight. Stay up on Duswa York's updates that he has given. Get your national IDs. Start realizing we are a nation. We have to make and build for, of, and by each other. We are all we have. No one cares about us other than us. So we have to look after us, protect us, build for us, and provide for us to keep expanding. So that was a little short legal update that was on Facebook also. All right. Any questions, rereads before we conclude, Zamalu? And Zamal Tattoo. I said Zamalu, that's just brothers. All right, going once, going twice, thrice. All right, everyone travel safe. Wadu.